Hey guys, my name is Corey Locke, and this is my wife Bethany Locke, and this is our little son. This is Dane Locke. Dane was diagnosed with koolen-devries syndrome at 10 months old. It was January 10th, 2019. Now he's currently 18 months, and we want to share our story with you about a day in the life of a child with koolen-devries syndrome, and kind of share some advocacy for what the syndrome is and what it all comes with, and the different complications that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, and also the excitement that we deal with, as you can tell. He's a great little child. He's a great son. We do a lot of therapy with him. We do our best to accommodate all of his needs. And the best thing he does is make us laugh and smile every day, because he is such a happy baby. Although he's not so much right now, as you can tell. It's getting close to nap time or bedtime for him. But we love him, and we just want to share our story. So thanks for watching.
Thanks. So the baby is now in bed. So we wanted to come talk with you guys and kind of explain a little bit more about our journey, and kind of what we've been going through, and just kind of share our story with you. So we've been together now 7 years, married 6, and we decided in about like our 4th, 5th year of marriage that we were ready to have kids, and we were definitely fortunate enough to get pregnant on our first try. Everything was going great. Pregnancy was great, healthy, no issues, no problems. At our anatomy ultrasound, we did find out that the baby, Dane, would be born with club feet. Both of his feet would be clubbed. It does run on my side of the family on both sides, so we just contributed to genetics, that it was just passed down. So we approached our doctor, and the orthopedic set everything up for when the baby was born to just address the club feet. So everything went fine with the pregnancy and the birth, and then about a week and a half after he was born, he got his first set of casts, what you may have heard as Ponseti casting, serial casting. So he did 6 weeks of weekly casting, as well as a bilateral Achilles tenotomy when he was a month and a half, which it is basically go and clip the Achilles just to stretch it, let the heel stretch out a little bit farther down so it's not tight. And then he had a set of casts that was on for a total of 4 weeks. After that, he was in, then because of club feet, it comes with risk of hip dysplasia. So they, of course, were watching his hips, and they did find that the right hip was slightly underdeveloped. So they did put him in a hip brace, if you will, to keep his legs kind of like in a frog position. He did that for every night for just for about a month. And then when they did the following hip ultrasound as well as x-ray, they found that everything was developing just fine. So they discontinued that, and we continued then the boots and bars for his feet only that he was advanced to, and that was for 23 hours a day that he would be in a set of boots and bars. He's been in that since June of 2018. He got into the boots and bars and has been in that. He was definitely delayed in all of his meeting his milestones, and at his 6-month follow-up with the pediatrician, we contributed all of his delays just to the lack of opportunity because of him being in casting and boots and bars up until that point. And so the pediatrician had recommended that we go see a geneticist just to see if there was anything underlying going on. In the initial evaluation, when she saw him, did her physical exam, she was happy with what she saw, didn't recommend any type of testing for him. However, his right eye tended to turn inward, and we didn't really know why or anything like that. We thought it was just part of a newborn and an infant trying to focus and things like that. So she sent us to an ophthalmologist. When we went to the ophthalmologist, he did discover that he has a morning glory anomaly in the right eye, and that is basically the optic disc is, I guess, misshapen or malformed, if you will. And because of that, that can also come with things that are associated with the morning glory anomaly. Could be brain tumors that could cause it, things like that. So at that time, the ophthalmologist actually recommended getting some blood tests done, as well as a brain MRI to make sure there weren't any tumors in the brain that were causing it. And during that blood work is when we actually got the diagnosis of koolen-devries syndrome. A quick overview of that is it's just the long arm of the 17th chromosome has a deletion, and there's a certain part on that long arm that's just basically missing. And because of that comes with different issues and problems you can come across, like developmental delays, intellectual disabilities, problems with the heart, the kidneys, low muscle tone, hypotonia that I'm sure you've heard of, whoever may be watching this. As with children with Down syndrome have the low muscle tone where they're kind of just floppy. So there's different things that can actually be affected by this. So at that point, when the pediatrician also recommended maybe early steps coming in, and early steps here, we're in Florida, there is a early intervention program that provides therapies at home as well as OT, PT, and speech to begin the children to get stronger and obviously work on their milestones and things like that. So we started actually in November. We got an early steps program, and he's been receiving home therapy once a week. We just recently stopped that over the last 2 weeks, that he now actually receives PT once a week, OT twice a week, as well as speech twice a week outside of the home. And we go about an hour or so away from where we currently live for his therapy. So because of that, scheduling was just a little too much to actually have the in-home therapy as well. I do work part-time. Corey here does work full-time. So of course, as you all can relate, who are again maybe watching this, I'm sure you have other priorities and things that were going on, as well as your job to give room for everything. It's hard to kind of schedule sometimes. So he's been receiving therapy. He's now 18 months old, as Corey had mentioned earlier. He is now at about 10 months old. He is when he actually started being able to sit up on his own. Typically, that milestone is obviously within range. There's some kids meet it earlier, some kids come a little later. About 6 months, they do start sitting up on their own. He was about 10 months. He just started about 16 months, actually started doing the army crawl. So he does not do a 4-point crawl on his hands and knees yet. We are working on that in therapy. He does not speak any words or babble or point or anything like that. Kids with KDVS we've found that it's anywhere from between 2.5 years to about 5 years seems to be the average of when they actually start and get their first words. So that's why we are doing speech as well. We're working on sign language with him and trying to get him to just some basic signs like give me and please, more, mama, dada, kind of the basics. Eat is a big one. He loves to eat. He takes after us, of course. So that's kind of a catch up of where we're at. This channel is really more so just to provide education of what KDVS is, as well as advocate for our kids to bring awareness for this, for our what we call cool kids, for koolen-devries. Dr. David Koolen and Dr. Bert DeVries were actually the two doctors that discovered this syndrome, and it was actually given a name only in 2013. So it is a very rare syndrome, and it was just discovered and before it actually had a name back, I want to say in 2006, and then from there 2013 is when they gave a name to the syndrome. So this channel is just to bring awareness. I am going to be uploading videos. They're going to be short videos just basically of Dane meeting different milestones, doing different things, learning different things, sometimes just because he's cute. If you have any questions or any comments or anything, please feel free to comment below. Nothing's off limits. We are very open. We want to bring awareness. We want to educate people on this syndrome, and so anything we can do to help, please feel free to ask. And we have other friends that we've met, actually, other cool families here in the States that we went into Utah at the end of June for a summit to actually meet the doctors that discovered it, as well as other researchers that are involved in finding out what's causing the syndrome, what we can do to help the long-term effects for these kids, and just different things that they are working on in their research. So at that summit, we actually met some other families that live in the States. So we may even bring them on and do some videos with them, and you can meet their cool kids and things like that. So that's kind of all I have to say. Corey, over to you.
Yeah, I think I think this is a good opportunity for us to kind of share our journey as first of all new parents, but then new parents to a child with special needs. Um, Obviously, this isn't something that we ever thought we would have happen to us. We didn't think we would have a child with special needs or any type of limitations or difficulties. You know, we everyone hopes to have a neurotypical child, and that's what we had hoped for. It didn't happen that way. Um, we've had our grieving times. Obviously, we've only had the diagnosis for just a little over 9 months now, but we've grieved. We kind of come to reality of what our life is going to be, what the outcome of our situation is going to be, and we want to be able to provide the means necessary for Dane to reach his ultimate potential and whatever that is. We don't know what his ceiling is going to be. We know what a lot of the cool kids out there are able to do, and their ability to walk and talk, and their school level, their education level. Those are all things that we're trying to find out what Dane's ceiling is going to be and help him reach that. And this channel is going to be all about that, and just trying to obviously bring awareness and advocacy for the syndrome, but also to show how we're trying to help make Dane the best child possible. Yes, he has special needs, but we're trying not to treat him any differently than we would normally. And I guess it's a good thing because we haven't had any other children, so we have nothing else to compare to. And so we're happy to that we have the opportunity to be his parents. I'm blessed to be his dad. She's blessed to be his mom. And we're thankful for that. And we feel like God had given us this responsibility to care for this child, because it takes a special parent to be a special needs to be a parent of a special needs child. And we're just going to try to do our best. Some of the things that you may see in this video may not be what doctors would recommend or whatever, but we're just doing it the best we know how. We obviously take the counsel of doctors and the therapists that we see, that we take a lot of time and money into to using them as a resource. We're going to use that. But we're parents too. Dane is a happy kid. He's angry and fussy at times. And mainly because he can't communicate, at least at this point in his life. So he gets mad and whatever, but we're dealing with that. But a lot of the times he's happy and excited and social and just wants to be friendly, wants to be with people, he wants to communicate, he wants to talk, but he's just not able to right now. And so it's a journey that we're going through, and we're happy to be going through it together. I think I could speak for you, and that our marriage has gotten stronger through this process. It hasn't been easy, like I said, but we're only 9 months into it. We have literally the rest of our lives to do this. The koolen-devries isn't going anywhere. The syndrome is staying there. This is our reality now. This is our new life. It's never how we envisioned it, but here it is. Here's what God gave us, and we're gonna play the hands we've been, or the cards we've been dealt, and we're gonna try to do the best we can, and I think we've done that up to this point. Luckily we have a good support crew around us, and our families and our church family and people that are really close to us that help us out a lot. And so we owe a lot of credit to them and helping us and doing what they can to help. This channel is going to be exciting for us. We're not YouTubers. We just decided that maybe we should do this because it could be an opportunity to help somebody. And maybe help someone else that is a young parent that's going through a similar situation, whether it be koolen-devries or not. Any other syndromes, we're going to be here to help. And if there's anything that we can do as a resource to some of you all, that maybe some advice or questions that you have about certain things, please ask us. We want to be that resource to you. because we had people that were those mentors and resources to us. So we just kind of want to return the favor in any way we can. And we just thought that this would be a good channel necessary to get that out there. It's a way to communicate with people, and why not take advantage of technology in this day and age to do that. So yeah, that's basically it. We have a lot of exciting videos to upload. We want to make it entertaining for you, but we also want to make it educational. So that's kind of what it's all about.
I'm gonna have 18 months of things to upload, so that, like I said, they will be short videos, just because they're just mostly of Dane, of different things he's done. If you do have any questions, like Corey said, please feel free to ask. We will get on here and make videos and answer your questions, because we really are excited about this page. And we actually got the idea from my grandmother, so Dane's great grandmother. She suggested that we get on YouTube. So we are by no means professionals at this. We are just kind of winging it. So please, like I said, nothing's off limits. Ask questions, share the videos, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. And we're just help us get at least just the awareness out. So anything, ask questions, share, like everything you can do. We appreciate your support, and so get ready for some fun videos. Y'all have a great evening here. It's 10 o'clock here in Florida, so y'all have, whatever time you are, wherever you are, thank you again for watching, and look forward to what you have to say and your feedback. See ya.